Okay, Dark Eldar list. We have one Succubus with an Agonizer, one Homunculus with a Liquefier gun. We have one unit of Reavers with cluster caltrips. One unit of Grotesques with a Liquefier. 2 units of Warriors, each riding in a Venom, each with a Blaster. We have one unit of Trueborn with 2 Splinter Cannons. We've got 2 units of Witches, one with 7, one with 8, each with a Hecatrix. Hecatrixes have Agonizer. Witches have Haywire Grenades, which are going to be pretty much freaking useless because down fighting Orks. Each riding in a Raider. We've got a heavy support choices over there. We've got Ravager, Talus Pain Engine, and the Razorwing Jet Fighter. Alright, opposing me here is Brian, who just had to play Orks, and these are kind of heavily proxied. Basically, there are going to be two units of 30 boys. One Warboss, one Big Mech. Big Mech has a shock attack gun. Warboss has a power claw, heavy armor, cyborg body, and I think that's about it. There's one unit of knobs and a truck. Let's see here, a couple claws in. No, actually, I think one power claw, 2 big choppas, and assorted goodies. Most obnoxiously, Brian has 2 Daka Jets, one being proxied by that incredibly ugly purple thing there. A unit of Warbikers with a biker knob and some Gretchen. And for dinner, we have 2,000 points of pork ribs. We rolled up the deployment type and the game type. We got Purge the Alien, of course, which is more or less kill points. And as far as the deployment, it's Dawn of War, which is the kind of regular 12 inches on. We rolled for night fighting, and it is night fighting on turn 1. Alright, so Brian is in the process of deploying the Orks. Dark Eldar have deployed already. I left out, and going over my little force here, that the Bastion was also present. That is because of Brian's last minute change to Orks, and then insisting on having both planes, and then insisting on proxying one of the planes as whatever, the super duper Daka Jet, right, which destroys one of my vehicles every turn. Anyway, I'm not bitter. So I reworked my list to make that a little more fair, maybe give me a fighting chance. So I got the Bastion. That's where the Trueborn are hanging out up there in the Bastion to shoot that gun. Again, had to add those in kind of at the last minute, which is why they're mostly unpainted. Moving over here, we have our Grotesques and the Talos and the Ravager kind of all hanging out down there with one of the Venoms. Another Venom, of course, way over here on my far left side. Over here we've got the two Witch squads and their Raiders. And in reserve I have my Razorwing Jet Fighter and the Reaver Jet Bikes. Alright, so Brian has finally completed his Ork deployment. We have just a mass of boys over here with some killer cans. And what else is in there, Brian? Are the knobs in there, or what is
Warboss, one knob.
Oh, the Warboss, and then okay.
I think
The knob that's with the boy squad there. Another group of boys over here, right? And I guess hiding behind this clock tower thing is the truck, which has the knobs in it, right?
Yeah.
And then lurking in the very back corner, we have the bikers. Brian, I think, kept his Gretchen in reserve, and then he has his, of course, 2 fighter planes also off the table. Basically, we just moved up over here, took some shots at some boys, took out a couple. We took out 1 can with the Ravager. Stuff in the middle kind of moved up here. The Trueborn took some splinter cannon shots, killed a few boys. Over here, this Venom took some shots at that boy unit over there, killed a few of them. Raider over here kind of moved up, took a pot shot at the cans and didn't do anything. This Raider over here took a shot at the truck and missed, and Brian is moving up on the old Raider now. Alright, on the Ork turn, it looks like Brian didn't move these guys very much, although the cans moved up a little bit. This group pretty much stayed stationary. The shock, well, you know, he looks like he has a custom force field, but he should have a shock attack gun. He took a shot at this poor little Venom over here, and although he did hit it, the Venom made his fancy pants cover save, thanks to the night fighting. Over here, Brian moved up the truck. He took some pot shots at the Raider there. The bikes took some shots at the Raider, but again, the Raider made its 2 saves. And again, that was, well, actually, they're both 5-6 saves, so he would have done it with his regular Jinx save. But he did have a little bit of help there from the night fighting. Dark Eldar turn 2, the Razorwing jet fighter came on the board and killed a whole mess of Orks over there. Assisted slightly by the little Venom. The Ravager immobilized one of the cans, put a whole point on it. These guys just sort of repositioned themselves here, anticipating an attack by knobs perhaps coming from that direction. This Venom took some shots at those boys over there, killed a few. This Raider here took a shot at that the can over here and destroyed a weapon, gave it a whole point. This guy, oh, Brian should be thrilled by this because I forgot to shoot this thing. This thing just kind of backed up. He was going to take a shot at those, either the bikers or maybe the truck, but I forgot to shoot him, so we'll just keep on going. Alright, so this was Ork turn 2, I think. Brian's plane came on, blew up the Raider that used to be there. Witches got very lucky on their saves. It only killed one of them when it blew up. Other than that, Brian just sort of repositioned, it looks like, over here. Kind of repositioned those boys back there. The bikes in the truck, looks like they're hiding behind that building. And that was about, oh, I think Brian moved a can to hide in the corner. And that was about it for Brian's turn. Right, Dark Eldar turn 3 was absolutely spectacular. We killed a few more boys over there. They failed their morale. They almost ran off the board if 1 more inch, but 7 inches was as far as they went, so they stopped right there. The old jet bikes did come on this turn, and they turbo boosted right across the board. The fighter took a little turn. You'll notice a big empty space where the Ork bar, or the Daka jet used to be. And in any event, yes, we shot down the Daka jet, and it conveniently exploded and did a hull point on the truck down there. Also stunned or shook it or whatever the no move, no shoot thing is. Other than that, we just did some more shooting over there at some that group of boys. Just moved some stuff around over on my side of the table. But the main event, the big thing, was shooting down that fighter. I think that could make a difference in the game. Ork turn 3. I thought Brian was going to try to shoot down my plane, and what did he try with? He tried with the bikes, but did not manage to do it. What he did do though was blew up the Venom with his Daka jet there, which used to be in this lonely, empty, well, now lonely and empty spot. Over here, the knobs came out of their truck and charged the witches that were hiding behind this building. Messed them up pretty bad, although 2 of them escaped. And over on this side, I failed a lot of 3+ saves on those jet bikes. When these shooter boys over here shot at them, took out 2 of them. However, I did pass my morale, so I still have 1 left. Incidentally, he is the guy with the cluster caltrops, so I will get to use him to do something. Okay, Dark Eldar turn 4. What happened here? We moved up. Well, we moved around there. The witches didn't get as far as I wanted them to. Took a bunch of shots at those knobs. Killed, I don't know, 3 or 4 of those? 3, I think. Moved our Raider over there to facilitate that. Venom over here took some shots at these boys. They were running out of boys, but we couldn't get them to run off the table, which was our plan. Also, the remaining Reaver here did his cluster caltrip thing on that unit of boys as he flew over and, I don't know, killed some of them. Alright, so we're starting to run out of energy. Big event in Brian's turn here. The knobs charged the grotesques and lost the combat and then got swept. The docket jet, what did he do? Oh, he took some shots at this transport and failed to destroy it. And then what? Oh yeah, actually no, you did a weapon destroyed on the, took out and destroyed the Dark Lance and put 2 hull points on them, so, you know, actually better than nothing. Oh, the bikes moved around. They took some pot shots at these guys and didn't really, pot shots at the grotesques, I think it didn't really do anything. The knobs did on their way in flamer the heck out of the 2 little witches that were there, so they died. Another point for Brian. Those guys just moved into the woods a little bit. Brian did shoot down the Reaver jet bike, which made me sad. Oh, what happened this turn? Shot up that unit of boys that was there, scoring myself another point. War Boss is still there with a wound. The Talos pain engine went around the corner there and finished off the can that was hiding back there, getting me another point. Over here, the fighter came back on the board and took out the shock attack gun, which used to be over here. Oh boy. Brian's turn 5. So not a lot happened here. These bikes moved around. Took some shots on the Ravager here. Did 1 hull point with a glance. What happened here? The fighter moved on over here, took some shots at this poor little Venom. Did not really didn't do anything. I think I saved the 2 hits that he got. Also, he was needing 6s to hit because he had jinked last turn. The War Boss kind of ran up there trying to get away from the potentially being hit by the fighter. Alright, here we go. Dark Eldar, the final turn. We're calling the game at this point. Basically the plane, everything, shot at the bikes, killing the bikes, scoring me another point, leaving me at 7-4 here, kill points wise. Are there any other points involved? I don't think that either of us have line breaker because we're not in each other's deployment zone. No one got Slay the Warlord. Who got first blood? Brian got first blood. Alright, so I'm really just eking out. Well, I'm only winning by 2 then, so that brings Brian up to 5 to my 7. So that's it. So what would you have done differently, Brian?
I wouldn't have let you knew that I was taking 2 dagger jets, so you want to change your point total to take the bastion instead of the gun.
Well, I'm just saying that's what you get. I don't know. Those flyers are a little, they unbalance things real quick. Just wouldn't have been a game otherwise.
That's what I was looking forward to.
It's terrible, terrible. You're a horrible person. All right, well, that's, I guess, the end of the game.